What are the expectations of a general contractor and or a concrete contractor when they're selecting a reinforcing steel fabricator for their new project? Hello, my name is Mike Trull, and I've spent 50 years in the steel industry. 45 of those years I was with a reinforcing fabricator in North Texas, CMC. For some of you who are viewing this video for the first time, just some elementary notes about steel and how it's made. Steel primarily is made from scrap metal in an electric furnace. The scrap's put in the furnace along with minerals and melted, and then the rolling process begins. It can be put or melted into, poured into billets, ingots, or sometimes in newest processes in our country, it is a continuous process, straight from molten steel to start rolling products. Thus, rebar is rolled through a series of stands. At the end of the last stand, a piece of rebar comes out. And that rebar, of course, is hot. It goes to a cooling bed. From there, it is bundled, put on a truck or in a rail car, and then shipped to the fabricator. That's when we start the fabricating process. There are different sizes of reinforcing steel, from number 3 all the way to number 18. There are different grades, grade 60, grade 80, grade 706. What's the difference? The higher the number, the stronger the steel. And for young people who've just gotten out of school, grade 100, you'll see a lot of that in your lifetime. We probably won't see much of it now, but that's coming. Grade 60, 80, and then 100. A 706, if you need some welding done, that's the steel that's easier to weld, grade 706. Every manufacturer of steel, every steel mill, has their own design of deformations. And deformations are those ribs or those circles around or X's around on the bar to help adhere the concrete to the bar, simply put. And the bar will tell you if it's grade 60 or grade 80. And it will tell you by looking at the bar. One might know exactly where that bar came from by looking at the deformations. The CRSI handbook pictures all these different deformations, so that's a tool you can go to find out from what mill did this steel come from. The fabricator then takes this new steel that's arrived at his plant, he bends it, he cuts it, and he tags it, then loads it on a truck. The truck goes to the job site. Placers then place that reinforcing steel into forms. The reinforcing steel itself is very strong in tension. The concrete is very strong in compression. That's a wonderful marriage. Well, if you're a rebar fabricator, you know very well that you are an essential part of the construction industry, the construction process. So what does a general contractor really look for in a fabricator? There are 4 essentials, in my opinion, that they look for. One is financial strength. Do you pay your supplier long before you ever get paid? That's important. Can you survive in these volatile markets we've seen the last 20 years? They need to know that. That's important to them. They need to know that you are trustworthy. A person they can trust, they need to know and trust you that you're going to complete that obligation you've made by contract. They want to know if you have a proven track record of fabricating a like job like the one they are talking about now? Are your people or your employees, are they from top to bottom, are they men and women of integrity? They need to know they can trust them, and they need to know they have some integrity about them. So general contractors have got to trust a material supplier too, that when they order grade 60 or grade 80 material from a mill, they need to know they're going to get that. In deep foundations, when you're ordering steel and you're going by the specifications that an engineer is placed in there for you, are your clearances correct? How do you get those clearances just right? You use a great product, a wheel or a pier boot on the bottom to make all these clearances. There are a lot of folk that make these products, but there's one company that makes a great product, and that's Peer Research. There are several other things they're looking for in a fabricator. The estimate. Is the estimate accurate? If the tons you give them, are they accurate? And the proposal you give them, is it a fair market price? Do you have the ability to hold your price for the duration of the job, pre-purchase stock material, and protect both the availability and the price for that contractor? It's very important to them. One of the most important things and a very critical item in the whole process is detailing. Some contractors want to choose the man to detail the project. They want that ability. I want Joe. He's done a great job for us in the past, and we would love to have him on the project. If you can do that, that would be a great add or plus for you. In fabricating, they look for your safety record. They look for the ability to give them well-labeled loads. So when it comes to the job site, they know exactly what that bar or that small bundle is for. They know exactly where to put it. They may look to see if you have another shop close by where the owner might have asked them to, let's accelerate this project. I need this finished in 2 months, not 3. Do you have that ability to move the job forward and quickly on a new, faster schedule? Delivery is another critical item. Drivers need to know how to approach the site before they ever arrive. Contractors don't like a phone call asking, where is the job? Please don't do that. Make sure your driver knows exactly where the job is and how to enter, how to exit that job. They look for safe drivers and good equipment. Of course, wrecks are going to happen, breakdowns are going to happen. Sometimes it costs the contractor time. Sometimes he might miss a pour. If possible, send the same driver time after time back to that same site. Accounting is very important. We have to bill, we have to collect. So a prompt execution of the purchase order agreement, I think, is imperative before the first shipment you make. And along with that, make sure you send insurance certificates that they've asked for. Provide delivery tickets with invoices, along with a summary of monthly invoices for use in preparing their monthly payments. It's very important. And one last point I might make, if at all possible, give them one contact. That person needs to know where those shop drawings are, what's the next shipment, when's it going to be there. He needs to know the job. They don't need to call 5 different people. to answer one question they have. So if at all possible, give them one contact. I hope this is helpful for you in this discussion of reinforcing steel and how a general contractor wants and needs and expects from his supplier.
This video was made courtesy of Peer Research, the standard of excellence, manufacturer of high-quality alignment and centralizer products for the deep foundation and earth retention industries.